So I uploaded a video a few days ago talking about why you shouldn't be buying the annual pass, season pass, whatever the heck Bungie is calling it, post Shadowkeep with the new DLCs, Season of the Dawn, etc. I want to make this video ranking all of the seasons in Destiny 2 from 1 to 8 in best to or worst to best. Sorry, we're going to start at the bottom, of course, and go from there. Or actually, screw it. Let's flip that around. Let's start with the best and then go down because you guys are going to see what I'm going to do here.
I just want outside right now.
So number 1, I'm pretty sure this is unanimous. Season 4. Season 4, of course, came out with Forsaken. In Forsaken, we got the Shattered Throne dungeon. We had the Last Wish raid, which had the most encounters in any Destiny raid. Shattered Throne was our first dungeon. We also had comp changes. So they took away the lost streaks in comp. They added pinnacle weapons like Not Forgotten, Gambit, or not, I was going to say Gambit Prime, but just regular Gambit, and a bunch of new strikes and a complete overhaul with how he played the game, tons of new loot. It was amazing. It was an ultra hardcore expansion. You couldn't even beat the raid in the first weekend if you weren't freaking good at the game and leveled and really put time and effort into it. And that easily 100% is the best season, not just in Destiny 2, but also in Destiny history. But of course, when the game peaks, you can only go down from there. Next up, we are actually going to be staying within year 2. That's going to be Season 7 with Season of Opulence. That's going to be when Menagerie was released, Crown of Sorrows, which was a really cool raid. And primarily, this just comes down to Menagerie being really freaking cool. The fact that you're able to somewhat control what kind of rolls you're going to get on your weapons, on top of just, just the loop. The gameplay loop of playing Menagerie was actually pretty fun. On top of that, Last Wish stuff was still relevant. All the armor, it was the best place to get all the enhanced perks and everything that you still see used today. It was just fantastic. The first encounter of the raid wasn't the greatest. Crown of Sorrows was still really fun. And it didn't have the best exotic. It had the Terraba, which is terrible in my opinion. But that joke's old and played out. It was a great extension of what Forsaken became. It built off of it really, really well. And it just, the whole loot grind, everything seemed to be perfected. The loot could have been a little bit better than what we got. But the grind, being able to specifically gun for the God Roll Ostringer with a range masterwork. Dude, that's huge. There isn't anything like that in the game right now unless you go back and play Menagerie. Of course, dude, it's just going to get awful from here on out. Forsaken, 10 out of 10. Well, 9.5 out of 10. 10 out of 10 in Destiny standards, but 9.5 overall in my opinion. Menagerie, we'll call that a cool 8.5. And let's get down to where things start getting actually pretty sucky. Next up, we're actually going to have Black Armory, Season of the Forge, I think it was called. And this one sucked. Dude, actually seeing this trailer for this expansion, the Black Armory, is the reason I didn't buy the annual pass right away. If you remember watching my video way back then, it was a Rumble gameplay or something like that. I think it was on Emperor's Respite. It's pretty old. But I was talking about why I didn't have the annual pass, because I think Opulence hadn't been released yet. We were in the middle of Season of the Drifter, and I was like, dude, the forges just look freaking boring. Like, you literally just kill a yellow bar enemy, then throw a battery at the middle point, just over and over and over and over again. It sucked. The bounties, from what I hear, were freaking boring. The rare bounties were too hard to get, and it's just overall just an awful content drop. And thank God I didn't spend money on that until the whole thing went on sale for $15. Dude, it was insane. And this is near the top of all the other seasonal content. So if it's this bad, Scares of the Past, of course we got to mention that raid. It was okay. It wasn't that great. Anarchy was an awesome gun, but itself, it had other weapons like what's the trench barrel shotgun? I can't even remember what it was called because it wasn't even that important. Had a trench barrel shotgun, which of course if you had the escalation protocol shotty, redundant. You didn't need another trench barrel shotgun. It sucked. The only thing good about that whole DLC is Anarchy and Izanagi's. All the other weapons are garbage. It had freaking Jotun, which is a cancer to this game. And it had Le Monarch, which is another freaking annoying weapon that sucks. And it sucks to play against and it sucks to use. It's just all around awful. Next up, of course, we're actually going to be having, and this is going to be very controversial, Season 3, which came out with the Warmind expansion. Dude, there's only one reason why this isn't further down at the bottom. Redrix's Claymore. This is the introduction of the competitive playlist, not the introduction to competitive, but glory-based competitive. So, for example, you actually earned ranks and you got something for it. Of course, this was carried by Redrix's Claymore. at this point in the game, I had basically quit. I did log in for a couple of days just to play through the Warmind content because I'd already paid for it because I was cheap, and I bought the annual or expansion pass, whatever the heck. And of course I regretted it. I thought it was awful. I was like, shoot, I'm not even gonna worry about getting freaking Redrixes because this game's gonna be dead anyway. Why do I want a gun, even though it's gonna be super rare in a game that I'm not gonna play anyway? So I threw that on the back burner. Of course, nowadays I wish I had gone and got it. But yeah, if you got to Fabled, which lost streaks were a thing back then, and apparently this is what I hear, getting from 0 to 5,500 in like Forsaken season was the same as getting from 0 to 2,100 in Season 3. Now, I did play a little bit of comp in Season 3. I think I got like a total of 200 glory before I was like, yeah, this is just take forever, so I wasn't really interested. And yeah, that's quite frankly the only reason why it is ranked that high for me. Just because there's a super rare, ultra difficult to get gun it's just prestigious. If someone has the Register's Claymore, especially the Ornament that dropped at 5,500, they're serious business. They played a ton. They're probably really good at the game. I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to be freaking gods. But yeah, mad respect for players who put up with all that comp BS back in the day. 10 times worse than what we have to go through now. It's just awesome. Awesome. I'm glad there's something super exclusive in the game. Of course, Bungie took away with it in Forsaken when they released Register's Broadsword, but whatever. The Claymore's still there. The Ornament's still there. Those are still unobtainable. That at least means something. And then, of course, we have a... Well, let's see, that was Season 4, Season 4, Season 7, of course, we're number 1 and 2, and then we got Armory, which is Season 5, and then Season 3. So, 4 more seasons. We have a 4-way tie for last place. Yeah, you know where this is going. Season of the Drifter, we'll start with that one, why it's tied for last place. Freaking Gambit Prime sucks. There was literally nothing good from it. The only thing good that came out of that expansion is freaking Spare Rations. And Spare Rations is like... You know, it's the only gun you see in sweats outside of exotic hand cannons, so like, yeah, I'm just sick of seeing Spare Rations. It's a good gun, it's great, I love it. It's gonna be a staple of my loadout for eternity. But yeah, that's all it had. It just literally had Spare Rations. Then we got Season of the Undying. I talked about that trash yesterday, or the day before yesterday, whenever the heck this went up. Totally worthless, awful, boring, just butt cheeks if it were a thing. Like, if butt cheeks existed as a person, it would have created Season of Undying. And of course, Season 1 and 2, let's go without saying, nobody liked Destiny in Season 1 and 2. It's actually the reason I quit the game. Bogus, pointless, worthless, just dumb. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching my teammates destroy some Division 1 Crucible Sweat players in this gameplay. I got carried. I will see you all again soon. Thank you for watching. And dislike the video if you made it this far. Thank you. Goodbye.